Like,
you liquid farted into your girlfriend's mouth.
It wasn't that
and
wet.
You're
guys,
talking about it as though it doesn't matter.
Jordan,
like it didn't happen. You definitely farted. What?
The video started and that's the first thing they hear you.
That should be the first thing they hear because that is terrible. You farted into a woman's mouth and she's still with you.
This is the best intro to a video ever.
That's how you know it's love. I farted in her mouth.
Dude, I guess because if somebody farted in my mouth, they would have to shoot my one right there. We'd be fighting.
That's disgusting. Every time I close my eyes, it's like a dark paradise. No one compares to you.
No spaz. So how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? We finally made it to the movies, and yeah, so we're gonna go in. I keep calling him John. You both start with J's. Jonathan is about to pay for the movies, and he's about to go watch it right now. And we have the gentleman, Joe Radical, holding the door. Can someone open the door? No. Royalty right here. So we're right here at the movies. It's a lot quiet, so I just lowered my voice, and wow, this movie right here is gonna be really nice. Featuring Joe Radical as Spider-Man.
Right there,
Okay. Jonathan, go pay for your ticket. Yeah, so I hope you guys actually watch this video and actually enjoy it. And this movie I'm actually very interested in is King Arthur, and I'm really a big fan of the whole mythology and the Knights of Camelot. I actually am excited to watch this movie. There's Wonder Woman right there. I'm not sure how well it's gonna do, but DC's hopes is waiting on it. But this is a Marvel video, so no DC in it.
Oh my goodness.
Hey guys, welcome to Joe Radical ASMR. Today we're going to be doing a Guardians of the Galaxy themed ASMR. It's going to be really good. And
3 hours later.
Okay, so we finally saw the movie, and yeah, like I said, we're in the car, we're all warmed up, we just got ourselves some snacks and everything just to refresh ourselves, and this movie was greatness. So first off, the scenario we're going to do this in is we're going to say the main review and everything else, non-spoilery, and then we're going to leave it towards the end and give the spoiler information, and that's when you'll see us nerd out for no reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you want to give out the non-spoilery version?
Oh, okay, so movie was good. Sorry.
It's perfect.
Good job, man.
Okay, for real. Okay, guys, the movie was really, really good. Okay, like
follow my Patreon.
The creative. Okay, like critics that were saying that this was the best Marvel movie to date, they're not wrong. They're legitimately not wrong. Like, I can't think of like an aspect to this movie where I did not like it. The comedy was on point.
Right.
The action was really good. The actual emotion like in there felt real. Like,
that's what I was actually scared about. Like, I thought the comedy would be
would overshadow like the actual like legitimacy of it.
It works well. I was worried that the car
best parts was Groot's and Drax's time on the screen.
It felt right.
It was so nice because you had the adorableness but still very deadly of Groot, and you had a Drax that got used to, you know, I want to say emotions, because in the first one he was kind of like a wooden board. I do not understand.
They definitely fleshed out his character.
I just want to kill Thanos.
They fleshed out his character without abandoning his character, because his character is very stoic in nature, but they sort of made it in a way where it was he was allowed to show character while still having none at all.
Yeah, he still like he was like, because since like he got to like I want to say like got to know everybody on his team, you know, like he got to live with them for a while. He felt more comfortable. He felt more like in his area. So, like how you're right, they kept him the same, but gave him changes. Like, how would you feel? Because like it felt realistic. Like the first day, like say like you're in college or something, and you meet a room, and like you meet your new roommate. You're not gonna automatically like, hey, what's up? You know, you'd be like, oh hey, how are you? Like all that, you know. And then like over time when you guys like, I don't know, hang out or something, if you do that, then you're gonna open up to each other and be like, yeah, you know, like you'll keep it.
What I was worried about the most was the introduction of Yondu, Nebula, and Mantis to the core group, but I definitely think they worked really well together with the rest of the team. Yeah. And not even just from a plot perspective, I think visual effects wise, cinematography in general, I think it might have been. It's up there with Doctor Strange as one of the prettiest Marvel movies. And I think special effects wise, it's the most beautiful Marvel movie that they've made.
Yeah,
And no spoilers to you guys. You guys will actually enjoy Ego the Living Planet. Like, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the scenery in it is perfect. You will see everything.
It is so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Like
I think they ran through 8,000 visual effects tests before they were like, yeah, this is right.
Pretty much.
It paid off. Definitely.
And I like how they played with the CGI when they were like, you know, jumping. Like, wait, what was it called again? I know it was called like warp speed or not, but what was it?
It was essentially warp speed.
Yeah,
essentially warp speed. But I saw like how they got to play with the CGI a little bit, like make it all distorted because they're going like what, faster than the speed of light.
Yeah, that's essentially what happens when you go faster than the speed of light. Space bends around you. And
Space bends around, like you look all crazy and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, the CGI is very convincing in general. Like because usually I'm very iffy on CGI, but when you have something like that when it's necessary, I'm glad that they did it as well as they did.
Right. And I think that'll be it for the non-spoilers. So if you're still watching this right now, from the rest of this, it's just gonna be spoilers and completely spoilers.
Now you have 5 seconds.
Adam Warlock is there. I'm sorry, I had to.
For fuck's sake!
You little bitch.
I tried to give him time.
There are 5 after credit scenes at the end.
Make sure you stay for them.
Yes. Yeah, don't avoid that.
Don't be a common peasant and leave, because we saw some peasants leave. We were laughing. I was laughing at least. Tyler knows what I'm talking about.
It was funny.
Yeah.
The story, like, I was really confused at what they were going to do because in the trailers and everything they didn't really say what was happening. They just showed you the comedy, the action, and enough to get you intrigued.
Yeah, they didn't show critical plot points. Like, that's what I love about this trailer, because so many trailers you already know what the story's going to be without watching the movie. Like,
right.
You guys know what I'm talking about. Watching these trailers, you had no idea what was going to happen. You just saw the fun. You just saw like really fun parts.
And
really
I think like the way the story was paced amazingly, but you don't think it is at first because you get to a halfway point and you meet spoilers, of course. You meet Ego the Living Planet. You find out that he's Peter Quill's dad, and then you get to a point like, all right, well, when are they going to introduce the antagonist? When is the bad guy coming? We're halfway through this movie. Where is the bad guy? He's been there the whole time.
His dad is the bad guy.
Ego the Living Planet. That was probably one of the best plot twists I've seen, only because I had no idea what was going to happen. Exactly, it worked.
It was an actual plot.
Yeah, it was not. It was nice.
Yeah, and I like the father and that conspiracy that was going on between him and Ego, and actually worked well. The chemistry, I actually believed in him being a genuine dad. Yeah. And then I saw how much of a backstabber he was.
Yeah, and then you saw the bones of his previous children that did not have I want to say
the power,
essence of which he had, the celestial power that which he had. He just killed them off like they were nothing.
I know. Do you know how many babies he had to have for all that?
He must have lain with an Oscavarian.
I'm just saying, my man's experienced. Okay, like
it was. They started. I think the main focus of the story obviously was Peter Quill and his father and his mother. And as we saw in the beginning of the first movie,
and also Peter a little bit. Also a little bit with Gamora.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely think it's Peter Quill's story, even if it's.
Gamora is Space Dickens.
Definitely, but but yeah. So you get Peter Quill's story, and you sort of when you're introduced to it as if it's this like wonderful love story between this foreign alien and then this beautiful young woman who they have a child together, and then he disappears. But as you progress through the movie, you find out that that's not at all the case. Ego was just the Ego, who is a celestial god type being, and he takes the form of a planet. He wanted to expand himself, and to do that, he had to impregnate tons of different women from tons of different planets.
Yeah.
So he impregnates a human woman, Peter Quill's mother, and falls in love with her. And so he keeps coming back to visit her, but realizes if I keep coming back, I'll never achieve my goal of expansion.
So you could say that he was almost could have been a good guy. He had the potential.
Then he gave her a brain tumor.
Yeah, you remember the beginning of the first Guardians of the Galaxy where you saw Peter's mom die? It was because of a brain tumor. Who put that brain tumor in her head?
And how do you give people cancer?
He's a god.
YouTube comments.
She listens to YouTube comments.
But like, I think, but I'm kind of iffy on Chris Pratt as an actor because naturally he is in comedy. But when you get to really pivotal moments, especially the one where he finds out what Ego did to his mother,
he's great.
Oh my god, I love that. Great. I love this. Really well. The very second it felt so real. The very second he said, his father said, "It was a shame I had to put that tumor in her." Like you saw the emotion, like that realization, like what, like that shock and that anger that was about to come out, and he let him have it. He just pulled his guns out, started shooting him with no remorse because that's his mom. He loves the hell out of his mom.
He was ready to kill his father without it. Speaking of emotion, I think Rocket also got a really good.
Rocket was.
Oh yeah, Rocket did have his moment. Also, I always forget his name.
Yondu.
Yeah, because like he pretty much Yondu is like pretty much Rocket because he said all this same thing like, oh, you act tough, but you're not really, like, you're actually one of the most scared, like, you're one of the most scared out of all the people in your group. Right. You try not to let people in, and like, I know, I've been through that, because I've done that. Like, that makes so much sense.
I really like how they finally clarified on Rocket's past, because everybody was wondering, did they go with the one in the comics where he was actually messed with by scientists? And apparently, yeah. So he's also an Earthling, just like Peter.
Which is
well, we don't know exactly if he's an Earthling. He was experimented on by scientists, but
actually, the Guardians of the Galaxy animated TV show, which is catered to the universe. Actually, I'm not sure about that.
Can you not go full geek on us?
Okay, so here on we're gonna name up the different Easter eggs. I forgot how many there are. So first there was Adam Warlock. Towards the end, we're thinking that he might have the space gem. Soul gem.
Which in the comics he does utilize as soul. He does utilize as soul gem, so it would make sense.
Okay. And then
took my fry.
I think the most substantial one was definitely Stan Lee
and the Watcher.
Oh yeah.
If he's not the Watcher, he consorts with the Watcher.
Obviously, you know, we always have to have that Stan Lee cameo, and Stan Lee, he was chilling with the Watchers.
The best one, I think.
Yeah. By the way, this video is sponsored by Wendy's. It's not really.
Now
but
we could be.
Thanks,
Jonathan. Now we're getting taken down.
Son of a
now we can't make.
I said no, abort.
Abort.
I said not really.
I'm walking home.
See you guys later. Abort.
Are you just gonna leave your car?
Oh,
God damn it! My Wendy's. I can't.
Not really sponsored by Wendy's, but we could.
It wasn't even facing Wendy's at first.
Now it is. Now it is.
I'm gonna blur that out.
Anyways, before this video gets taken down, we spelled Wendy's WUENDIES. That's the Wendy's we're sponsored by.
Yeah.
It's a small Mexican company.
Pendejos.
Man. What was your favorite part of the movie, like individually?
By far, the favorite part I think is when they actually elaborated on the scenery and like where you got to see all the different pictures and so on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part, because it has to depend on what I'm going for, like comedy wise, like dramatic wise, and action wise. Comedy wise, I would have to say that the conversation about the bomb that Rocket and Groot had, that was so funny.
I like how we're discussing favorite parts like this is a Dora episode.
What was your favorite part? I almost got stabbed by a thumbtack again, by the way.
You got cancer.
And the comic and and the more dramatic, I have to say just Peter going ham on his dad, just shooting him over and over about telling the mom about the tumor.
Yeah, that was good. I think my favorite comedy scene was most of Drax's scenes, especially when he tells Mantis that she's ugly. He's like, you're hideous, you're disgusting.
He never stopped that.
He never stopped calling her ugly, and then Gamora's like, "Oh no, you're not ugly." He says, "Look at her." And for some reason, I laughed
even
for
at
like 5 minutes about that.
You're beautiful on the inside.
Yeah, he never stopped saying like, "No, you are actually hideous to me."
And then she comes to him at nighttime, and he starts starting to vomit. Like, I just thought of laying with it's hilarious. And I think my favorite dramatic moment was Yondu's send off at the end.
Oh yeah.
How about you, Tyler? You don't talk at all.
Oh yeah, spoilers. Yondu died.
I mean, it is a spoiler, but yeah. So
the best part has to be the comedic parts. You know, Drax and Groot. It didn't feel forced. It felt right.
Definitely.
I like how they did the callback.
It felt good when I heard something funny happen. It's like I can actually see them doing that. It felt comfortable.
One of the best parts.
Funny.
It felt like they're actually a team or a family.
Yeah, they balanced the humor really well. Mm-hmm. They didn't
overdo it.
They didn't miss a chance to make something funny. Like even in this climactic, pivotal battle, Peter and his father are going at it, and then Peter turns himself into Pac-Man, and.
Yeah, though, waka 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 and everything.
And it's such an emotional moment, but you see that, and it doesn't ruin it. But it's still funny, but it doesn't ruin it. It's a weird thing there. But this movie was really good. Probably
Teenage Groot.
Oh yeah.
Teenage Groot.
One of the after credit scenes is Teenage Groot. He is so angsty. Look, if you were that 13-year-old boy who just chilled in his room playing video games all day, and were like, "Don't bother me, Mom," you're gonna feel both cringy and also relatable to Groot.
Yeah, there was a lot of there's a lot of stuff for comic book fans. Like they show the original Guardians of the Galaxy comics getting back together. Then they did Adam Warlock, which is, I think we were the only people freaking out in the theater about Adam Warlock. Then you have the Watcher scene, which you wouldn't have understood unless you knew. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know. I think it was a really good movie, not even just for comic book fans. Like, of course, you'll get extra stuff if you are a comic book fan, but if you just want to watch the movie to have a good time, I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, by far the best Marvel movie.
Oh, undoubtedly. which hurts me very deeply because of my passion for Spider-Man.
It's not
Oh
going
yeah,
back to it.
oh yeah, you were a
It's
Spider-Man like fanatic. Oh, I know.
not going to do it, man. Infinity War has a lot to live up to. At this point. I'm worried. I was really hoping they would show the Guardians getting to Earth or interacting with the Avengers in some way. Maybe just the Avengers popping up, but they didn't, which is upsetting. But
I can see that like in like the next one where they're both featured.
yeah, honestly, Guardians of the Galaxy, I think they've replaced. Like, I don't know, I like them better than the Avengers at this point.
Pretty much.
I have to be honest. Like, oh man, Rocket is. He's probably my favorite character in general, just because I feel like he's a very tortured, emotionally vulnerable character, but he shows it off and is just very.
Yeah, he tries to hide it like with cynical comedy.
That scene when he's in the forest and the Ravagers are coming, and he takes them all out on his own.
Yeah.
Best time ever.
That was awesome. This movie, it's just full of really good times. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I was ever disappointed.
I really like the sister relationship between
Gamora and
Gamora and Nebula. That was really nice.
Because at first I thought it was really cringy. Like, I was like, all right, Nebula, shut up, stop
I just
complaining.
wanted a sister.
Right, like, shut up.
Like-
quiet. But as it developed, it became bearable. It was
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
Fun
Yeah,
fact, in one of the after credits scene, we see the original team, Guardians of the Galaxy reuniting. We saw Starhawk.
You knew their names?
I
knew Starhawk.
only know
$20
Starhawk.
he's looking
And
this on
then some-
Wikipedia right now.
He's not. His hands are empty.
And
Oh,
some C guy 20-27. And I read that we'll probably be seeing them again. So, they aren't just an after credits scene.
I don't
We'll
know.
actually be seeing them.
That's
I can
good.
see it.
I don't know if I could see them
Now.
piloting their own movie, but they could definitely show up.
Like somewhere along
Guardians.
those lines.
Yeah.
Guardians 3, oh yeah, Adam Warlock for Guardians 3.
No. The original.
And them too. No,
Yeah,
I'm saying like
they're-
all, yeah. And then, or in Joe Radical for Guardians 3 if you want to
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hashtag Joe Radical for Guardians 3.
Yeah, we need.
I'll do whatever.
We need him. Yeah, we need him. Okay.
I'll do an erectile dysfunction commercial if you want me to. I'm out here trying to act, boy.
Me and Tyler will do catheter commercials.
Guys, rated PG.
We got
We already cursing this. It's already far
ED
gone.
is a real issue that is plaguing this nation.
Yes.
Okay.
So is missing catheter.
Exactly.
Don't take this away from us. This is all that I have.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. We're way past overtime already. I might make this a part 1, part 2. What do you guys think?
You're the one who has to edit it.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Yo, dicks. God damn it.
Maybe
See,
I'll
we
make-
can't. See, not PG. Even you curse right now.
I'm gonna make a 3-hour-long video of me talking about Spider-Man's boots or something.
Right.
If you guys, so that'll be the next thing.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed what we had to review. I hope you guys liked everything else we had.
Oh, I was
I'll see you
offering
guys
a
later.
cake, but okay.
Stay classy.
I farted in the girl's
Don't
mouth.
die.